coming and watching this video. It's July, so we're well into summer now. Today it's absolutely boiling here. My first job of the day was cancelled, so I was actually quite pleased about that, heat-wise and comfort-wise, but not so much financially. But I've still got to go to work this afternoon, so by the end of that job, I think I will be a human puddle, probably. I'm very glad of a shower when I get home. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. I'm not here to moan about the weather. I'm here to tell you about my June spending, whether I stuck to my low spend, what I bought, what I wanted but didn't buy and how much that came to in total, and also any other income I've got from selling things online, specifically eBay in my case. So let's get started. I did spend a lot of money in June and I don't know, it got away with me. I didn't really notice it as I went along, but I was preparing for this video and looking at all the things in the list. Yeah, it shocked me and I haven't done very well. So we need to improve in July. But this is where we are, so Rachel for real, I'll tell you all the gory details. So the first thing I bought in June was some magnesium supplements to help me sleep and also to help with muscle pain. I get a lot of backache, especially because of my job. I've been suffering from a lot of knee pain, as I've told you before, so I thought the supplement might help. I've been taking it. I think my sleep's been better, although it's difficult to tell at the moment because it's so hot at night. You know, I'm very restless, so it's probably not fair to, comment on how magnesium works at the moment, but fingers crossed it will benefit me when it cools down a little bit. I also bought a magazine. Oh, sorry, the magnesium supplements were $9.99. I bought a magazine for $5.99. I don't normally buy magazines. I think they're wickedly expensive, and instead I get them on my Libby app from the library, so I can read them online, which is not the same, but it saves me £6-7 every time I want to read a magazine, and I can just flick to the bits that I want to read and not feel guilty about not reading the rest because I haven't actually paid for it. So the magazine I got was 30 days to increase your protein. I've been trying to increase protein in my diet to help my longevity as I get older, to help build muscle strength and to maintain the muscle strength that I've already got. And I've been looking around online to try and find out good sources of protein, how much protein there was in X amount of food, and it all got a bit jumbled up, and there's little bits of information all over the place that my little bare brain wouldn't sort of put them all together. So I thought, right, I saw this, I'll buy this. It's got all sorts of ideas about how to increase your protein, where to get protein from, some nice recipes, and basically it has a habit tracker for every day of the 30 days, and it's been really useful actually, and it's a thing that you can keep referring back to. So yes, probably didn't need to buy it, but it has been incredibly handy and I will use it in the future. I also bought, what else did I buy? I bought a little radio, $24.99. It can be plugged into the mains or battery operated, which means I can take it up to the allotment. Now the reason I bought this is I've been hankering after a Roberts radio for years and years and years, and they're incredibly expensive even though they're very nice looking, and I thought, I just cannot justify the expense, but I would like a radio that I can carry around, take to the allotment and listen to, music on. I've been trying to cut down on my use of apps and social media, and apart from YouTube, which I do watch pretty much most of the time, I like the long form content that it gives us, whereas things like Instagram and Facebook, it's all little bite-sized bits, and I find that if I have too much of that, I become overstimulated and I lose focus because everything's so short. When it comes to something that requires me to think or watch for longer, I get really fidgety, so I'm trying to back off all that sort of stuff, just watch long form content on YouTube, try and be offline as much as I can. I've taken the apps off my mobile phone, so if I want to look at Facebook or Instagram, I have to do it on my laptop, which puts that barrier there, so I'm not scrolling as much. And I'm certainly not scrolling while I'm watching TV, which, you know, you're either watching TV or you're scrolling, you know, you shouldn't be doing both at once. So I bought my radio and I've really enjoyed listening to it. You know, it's nice, I can get all sorts of information and music. It's tiny, so I can carry it around my flat. So if I'm sitting in my bedroom, which is cooler at the moment than the living room, I can have it on in there. And I can have some background music without resorting to putting the laptop on or the smart TV on. So bought that. Did I need it? Probably not, but I am enjoying it. I also had to buy birthday presents and cards and postage, as I mentioned in my mid-month video. I have a lot of birthdays, 3 birthdays in June, my son, his partner and my sister, and I also had Father's Day. So that was about £75 all in. I bought some leave-in conditioner because even though I have very little hair, when it's very hot it gets frizzy and fluffy and it drives me nuts. And my normal conditioner that I sort of rinse out in the shower didn't seem to be hacking it, so I bought this coconut oil one, and you can leave it in, you can put it on dry hair or wet hair, so I've been combing it through after I've had my shower. And has it worked? I don't know, maybe it's just sort of greasy fluffy now. It has worked a bit, it has been better than not having it, but I can't say that it's a miracle cure. But maybe it's just doing the condition of my hair is improving, so, you know, if that's the only thing that happens, then that's a good thing. Especially because, you know, now that I've got so much white hair, grey hair, the texture's changed so much. It's very coarse now and it needs taming, and my hair needs taming at the best of times, but it certainly needs taming in this heat. So I bought that. That was £5.99. I bought an insulated water bottle so I can have hot or cold drinks in there. At the moment I've got cold water which I'm sipping from regularly, trying to keep hydrated. I have had a silver water bottle that I used to fill up and put in my car so that when I was between jobs I could drink water and keep hydrated. And I was taking it out of the car to bring back into the flat so that I could clean it and refill it, and I dropped it in the car park and it got a great big dent in the corner at the bottom, and I was a bit suspicious. You know when you have those old-fashioned thermos flasks that had glass in them and you drop them and all the glass smashed? I was a bit nervous that because I'd dented the outside so much that it would have damaged the inside as well, and therefore there might be little bits flaking off, or I don't know, it just become unhygienic. So I didn't really want to carry on using it in case that was the case. So I bought a new one and that was £4.99. I had to buy some new pens. I didn't think I ever ran out of pens. I thought they just sort of appeared from places, or you borrowed one and forgot to give it back or something. But anyway, all my pens ran out. I don't know whether they dried up or whether they just, you know, used up all the ink in them. So I bought a packet of 10 pens for £5.50. I bought some new face cream. This is the face cream I use. You can also use it on your body. I've been using it for years. I really like it. It doesn't make me sticky, and I can't stand being sticky. It's just a horrible feeling, and it just absorbs, and I really like that. The one that I'm using at the moment is almost empty, so I bought a replacement for £4.25, and that will last me probably, I don't know, 5 months. So that's pretty good value, really. I bought a Kindle book for 99 pence. It's about scarcity mindset, which I thought would be really interesting to read, especially on this low spend year, which I'm not doing very well at. I'm really bad at it. Yeah, I'm just like a little magpie. I have to have stuff. I don't know whether that's my ADHD or whether I'm just greedy or undisciplined or what, but I really need to get my act together. Especially seeing as I said that I wanted to retire early at 65 and I'm on very low income, so push comes to shove, that isn't happening unless I really knuckle down. So yes, note to self, really do what you're saying you're doing. So anyway, I bought that book, hopefully that will help. It was only 99p. I had a checkup at the dentist for £27.40. I had to pay my 6 monthly maintenance bill for for the flats, for the gardening, the window cleaning and maintenance of the building. That was £709 2p, which is an eye-watering amount. I bought some matcha, organic matcha, to see what it was like. It's supposed to be like a caffeine boost, but you don't get the sort of high and then drop that you get with, you know, caffeine from coffee. It's supposed to be more of a slow release. So I tried that for the first time on Saturday morning, and it's definitely an acquired taste. It's a little bit like drinking gritty grass, so something to persevere with. I think it'll just be an occasional thing, you know, Saturday and Sunday morning when I've got more time, and that way, you know, I'm not using as much either because it is quite expensive. So the packet of that I bought was $14.99. I bought an ice cube tray so that I can keep refilling it and using the ice. That came to £2.75. And I restocked my batteries. So I bought 12 AA batteries for £3.15 and 10 AAA batteries for £2.09. So yeah, that was all the things I bought. Oh no, I forgot. I bought a black skirt from a charity shop, which was £5.50. It was brand new with tags, and the original price was £15. And like I said, I got it for £5.50. So I've washed that and ironed that. It's ready to go. Should go with lots of tops. You know, it's one of those sort of skirts that serve lots of purposes. Again, didn't need it, but I bought it. Okay, so that is the spent far too much part of the video. So what did I want but didn't spend? So this, I'll try and redeem myself a little bit. As you see, I've still got my little green notebook of evidence, but it's getting shockingly full now, but I will keep going with it. But for the purposes of the video, I did write the stuff down on pieces of paper. So what did I want to buy but didn't buy? A Roberts radio for £99. There's a surprise. So I didn't buy a Roberts radio for £99, but I did buy the one that I've just shown you for £24.99. Some of my favourite authors have just brought out new hardback books that I wanted to read. So there's a V. Schwab book. She's the lady who wrote The Secret Life of Addie LaRue, and I love that. And her new book, if I bought it online, was £16.39. Hardbacks are really expensive. And then the new Taylor Jenkins Reid book. She wrote Daisy Jones and the Six and Carrie Soto is Back. I've loved all of her books. I really enjoy them. And her new one's called Atmosphere. And I wanted to buy that for £15, but I didn't. There was another book I wanted to write by an author called S.A. Cosby. He writes quite gritty, often quite violent books, but I really enjoy them. And he's just got a new book out, the name of which escapes me at the moment, and that was £20. So I'll just insert some pictures of those books here because I went and had a look round a Waterstones, and to give myself credit, I went in and I came out without buying any books, and that's quite difficult for me. I love a new book, I really do, or a second-hand book or a library book. So that was £20. I wanted to buy a new fan because it's been so hot. I've already got one fan, so I gave my brain a wiggle and told myself, if you want to take a fan into another room, all you need to do is pick up the one you've got and take it with you. You know, it's not rocket science, is it? I do not need two fans. I live in a small flat. I've got nowhere to store them in the winter, so I don't need a new fan, so that saved me £32. I've been looking at buying a gimbal so that I can make some videos out and about without all the sort of jumpy and, you know, wandering off my face and back, and the gimbal would sort of track my face while I was talking, and it would give some stability to the video as well so that you wouldn't all feel seasick. And the one I was looking at was £89, and I couldn't justify that this month, as you know, I've already spent far too much, and I had the maintenance and birthdays and the dentist and all that on top of it. So that's in the maybe box. I would like to do more videos out and about, and I think that would make the experience for you much more pleasant. So I've not said no to that but I said no to it in June, so that saved me £89. I bought a new notebook for £4. Did I need one? No, I didn't buy it. No, I wanted it, but I didn't buy it and get myself confused here. So that was £4. Didn't buy that because I reminded myself that I've got at least 2 or 3 at home that I haven't started using yet. And I was out and about the day I went to Waterstones in a town reasonably close to where I live, and in one of the shops there were some really pretty little tea plates, and they had lemons on, and they looked very sort of Italian and summery, and they were lovely. They were really sweet little plates, and I was going to buy 2 of them but stopped myself, and that saved me £15. So that was all that I wanted to buy but didn't. So that's less than normal. It came to a total of £314.38 in June, which was slightly under May's amount of things that I didn't buy, which came to £322.91. So just under the wire this month. That's progress. It means I'm looking less, or maybe it means I'm buying more. Let's not go there. So I'm taking it as a win. You know, it's a low bar this month, isn't it? Okay, so that's what I didn't buy, but I wanted. In terms of extra income this month, I cancelled my TV licence. If you want to watch live TV in the UK, and especially you want to watch things like iPlayer, you have to have a TV licence. And I think when I paid for it last time, it was about £164 something for the year, which is just a stupid amount of money, isn't it? You know, and I hardly watch live TV. I mostly watch YouTube or Netflix, possibly Amazon Prime occasionally, but I don't really watch TV anymore. You know, most of it's dross. It doesn't interest me. And yes, there is the odd thing, but it won't kill me to miss it. So I cancelled the TV licence, and I got a refund of the proportion that's left of the 12 months that I paid for. So I got a refund of £70.63, which is nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty good, isn't it? So that went in my bank account, and then I sold some things on eBay, which came to 3 things, came to a total of £39. So I was very pleased with that. Into my bank account, if you add the TV licence refund and the eBay sales, that's about £110. So that's a win. That was very good. I've continued to save my £2 coins, and the last time I crossed off a little symbol on my savings card, I was up to £26. So that's progress, and I will continue doing that until I finish the card, which will mean that I've saved £50. This is what we're reminding ourselves going into July. Don't need to spend money to have a good time, to enjoy yourself. I've got lots of things to read, I've got craft things to do, adult colouring books, I can do scratch cooking, I can sit and look at the wall, I can meditate, I can do some weight training in my spare room. There's so much I can do that means that I don't have to spend any money. So that is the aim for July. Now I know I've said it 3 months so far this year, but I really want to give it 100% this month. I've got to, you know, if my long-term goal is going to happen, which is to retire early at 65, so have that 2-year gap between then and my state pension, assuming I get it, hope so, been paying in for enough years, then I need to have that buffer to live on for 2 years and pay all my bills and keep myself alive. So yes, must keep coming back to the why. So it's not been a great month. I'm pleased that I've got an extra £110 come into my bank account, and I'm also pleased that the things I wanted to buy but didn't has gone down in amount. The thing that I really need to work on is not buying frivolous things, not buying wants, and to really concentrate on knuckling down in July to just spend on needs. So really, this is to remind me more than it is to tell you, you know, and if any of you want to comment and tell me to get a grip and actually do it properly, that will be fine. So how's your low spend, no spend going? Are you struggling with frugality? Does it get harder in the summer? Oh, excuse me. Hay fever's terrible. Does it get harder in the summer for you because there's more activities, or is it easier because you can do more things outside that don't cost money? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe to my channel, that would be lovely. Thank you to all the people who have subscribed so far. I really, really appreciate your support. Share this with anybody who you think would benefit from some of the information. You know, take what's useful, leave what's not, and I'll see you again next Saturday for another video. Bye for now.